This is going to be kind of for birth through about 3 months. I would say about 3 months. I still use most of these things to this day for like my kiddo who's going to be almost 6 months old, but for sure they were useful in that 0 to 3 age range, at 0 to 3 month age range. In the throes of colic, you kind of try literally everything you can to keep your sanity. Hey everyone, thanks for joining me in another video. Today I'm going to be wrapping up my postpartum necessities, and this time I'm doing newborn. I have a video on postpartum mama necessities. I can link that video down below for you guys. So my youngest is approaching 6 months old. That's crazy. And there are some things that I purchased or I thought were really important this time around that I did not prioritize or get for baby 1 or 2. And then there's some things that I bought for baby 1 or 2 that just aren't all of that useful to me.
That sentence didn't make sense.
That is not all that useful to me.
Wait, is that what I said in the first place?
And so that kind of changes baby to baby, season to season, what I think is going to be important. I'm going to name the things that really helped me out this time, that were really great. Some of them are like absolute necessities and some of them were just nice to have. And then I'm not going to list other things like, are the like playmat things helpful or useful? I mean, they can be. I still had one left over from my second child, and my almost 6 month old rarely liked, like she was not entertained by laying on her back and looking up at stuff. She actually much preferred tummy time, and so that's what we did most of the time when I laid her down. So those can be useful or can not be useful. None of my kids have ever liked swings. We've always had swings, that different kinds of swings that friends have let me borrow and try because something told me not to invest in one yet because I wasn't sure if my kiddo was going to like them. Neither, and all 3 of my children have not liked that. I don't have a crib or a bassinet to share with you, so take that as you will. I don't have like heartbeat monitor socks or like a bunch of that kind of stuff. I really simplified this baby, and I got things that I knew from my last 2 that made the biggest difference for me, and then I kind of grew from there as I felt like this kiddo needed. So I'm gonna jump right in. I have a good amount to share, I feel like. So to start with, organization is the name of the game for me. I am going to share these diaper caddies. These are so beautiful. They come in lots of really great colors. I actually have 2 because I keep one in my living area and then one in my bedroom where baby and I spend most of the time, especially as newborns. These are going to be really great if you have an upstairs and a downstairs. I purchased 2. If you only can do 1, they have these handles, and the handles are really sturdy. I love this rope looking design. It's lined inside, and the stitching is really great. And honestly, when I first got it, it came folded, and I was like, oh man, that looks really small when I was trying to unfold it. But this thing holds so much, it's nuts, which is another reason why I wanted 2, because I didn't personally want to lug it around, but this would have been held up just enough if I needed to. It has 1 big compartment and then 2 smaller size compartments. This is the other one I bought. They have really beautiful colors, kind of like muted neutrals, but they're not all like sad beige. So the organization, so you have a space for all things that you need baby, or even this would have been great as like a mama station next to you as well. These are fantastic. All right, a look inside. I have the Kiddo's diapers. These have been our favorite diapers. I have never had a pee leak with these. I did not buy these in the newborn size though. For newborn size, I bought Coterie, the Coterie brand, which are also like a nice heavy duty, low toxic brand. Same with these. These have a really great rating and really great ingredients. That's something that was meaningful for me, but more so, they hold up like crazy. I don't think I've ever bought a diaper brand throughout all 3 of my children where I've not had a poo explosion. Where I've not had a poo explosion. at some point. I don't think I've had a diaper brand at all through all three of my kiddos where I have not had a poo explosion. I have had a couple of those with these and with the Coterie brand, but I have with everything. Like I've used literally everything. The Kirkland brand, Pampers, that like Safe Brave brand you can get. I've used Loves in the past. I've used the Oneies diapers. So yeah, but as far as pee leaks, I've never had them with these. I had a couple with Coterie and that's why we looked for another brand, and these have been fantastic. Also use the Coterie wipes. These are 99% water, just like water wipes, but they have really great ingredients as far as making sure that these still stay safe for baby. As far as there's not like heavy preservatives in here, but it definitely keeps it clean from bacteria and that sort of thing. They're fragrance-free, alcohol-free, formaldehyde and chlorine-free, pesticide, phthalate-free, paraben-free, propylene glycol-free, sodium benzoate-free. They do a really good job of cleaning too, and I'm a really big fan. I did in the beginning also use the Mother Love and the Earth Mama Organics diaper cream. Those are more like oil-based ones, like a balm, and those do a great job of preventing rashes. Every once in a while, all three of my kiddos have gotten a legit diaper rash, and these are the two things that I lean towards, and that have really worked for me throughout all three of the babies. So first of all, sorry, Amazon puts this giant white sticker on everything. So this is the Badger Calendula with beeswax and sunflower diaper cream. This is really nice. It's like a really thick yellow legit paste. Its base is zinc oxide. It emoliates so nicely. It's really soft. It doesn't tug at all. And other than that, like, it's petroleum free, and this is just a brand that I find so reliable across the board for lots of things for me and my kids, but especially this diaper balm, this diaper cream. It works so nice. So this is La Petite Creme. This is bougie, I'm gonna admit right off the bat. I did not use this for my first or second kiddo, but with this diaper rash that my third child got a couple of months ago, I just was kind of anxious to clear it up quickly. And as I went online to order some more of the Badger Balm or the Badger Diaper Cream, this one popped up too, and I read through it. It also has really great ingredients. It's just olive oil, water, organic glycerin, organic beeswax, some vitamin E, and then some limestone. What you're supposed to do with this is use this in lieu of diaper wipes. So like a dry cotton round, and then you put this, or whatever, like a muslin cloth, something, you put this on and then you use this as the wipe to clean, and it leaves behind a little bit of its residue. I used that, like I used as intended a little bit, but what I wound up doing was once the rash really cleared up, first of all, this locks, and the lock works well, which I love because I can kind of toss it around and toss it in any of my bags and go out with it. It has not leaked on me. I just kind of like slow pump this as I kind of go like this over her diaper area, and I let a little bit stay behind, and this has worked really well. So these two in conjunction together have worked great. When I don't want to slather on something heavy because I just don't feel like she needs it, I go to this, and this has been really great. So in these, we keep our rolled up muslin blankets. This is something that I have been using since my first baby. This one is an all cotton one. I do not use swaddles like the Velcro or the zipper ones that like actually keep babies' arms from being used. The point of those is to avoid the startle reflex from waking your baby up when you want them to sleep. And this is going to be controversial, but I'm going to say it anyway. I don't think there was a mistake made with human beings having a startle reflex in the first place. I think that it's necessary, and I think that it's important for your baby to learn and grow through that. So you can take that and research that as you will. I have never felt like it made sense or was safe. Specifically for me, obviously make the decisions you want to make for your family to tightly close up my baby's hands so that they cannot startle themselves awake if their body feels like it needs it. So most people who swaddle with blankets know your baby breaks out of them like within a second, which is fine with me. So I don't mind any of my kids' arms kind of breaking out. Every once in a while for like a photo, I would have them swaddled when they were already asleep, but they were in my arms and I was aware of them. But for just a really nice lightweight blanket in the, like on a car seat in the car or laying down, it's a really good size for tummy time or in the stroller or nursing, as a nursing cover if that's something you're worried about, or as a sun shield. I literally just roll down the window and tuck this into the window and then roll the window up in the car, and it lets a little bit of light in without light going into baby's eyeballs. Because if anybody has ever tried to buy sunscreens for the windows for your car for baby's eyes in the car seat, it never actually keeps the sun out of your eyes. So I do that, and that's how you see me rolling down the street, is half a blanket flapping in the wind. So these are great, and these are the all cotton ones, and they get softer with washes and they last so long. I fell in love with these mom cozy ones. These are cotton and bamboo, and they are incredibly soft. They're so wonderful. We have so many of these muslin cloths throughout the house. They're good for like burp rags, or when I was healing up, when I had in the beginning of the nursing journey, I'd have an open button down and I would just lightly cover myself with this too. It's soft on baby when you're carrying them and you don't want a big heavy blanket on them for whatever reason. These are really breathable. They're wonderful and they last so long. And these ones come in really pretty colors. I know that doesn't necessarily matter, but it made me happy. So I'm gonna list these as well. I love muslin baby blankets. All of my kids have been spitters, spit uppers, and really heavy droolers from the beginning. These bibs are really, really cute. They've got multiple snap sizes in the back, so they grow with baby. They come in lots of different color sets, and it comes with quite a few in a set as well. They have this smooth cotton on the front, and then it's got like this thicker wicking on the back, so it's lined. It's got multi-ply. I've never had anything soak through it, even though my kids are like spewers and droolers. So I love, love, love these bibs. Both my kids have orthodontic problems from having binkies and thumb sucking. There's been speech impediments, and I wanted to do everything I could to try to avoid having that happen, like as far as anything that I might have done to have that happen. So I really, really, really did not want to go the binky route. But like I said, when you have a colic baby, like a legit colic baby for a month and a half at a time, you do everything you can to soothe them and to keep you sane. So I bought this all rubber binky, and I know it's not like cute, it doesn't like look cute in their mouth, but I like the material that it's made out of, and it's really soft, and they have multiple like ages, like 0 to 6, maybe it's 0 to 3 or what have you. But this is not a cure by any means, but it did help a little bit with soothing her just to get her to sleep. And then we popped this out of her mouth. She doesn't use it during the day. We actually haven't had to use it for like weeks and weeks. So it served its purpose. But if you are in the market for a binky, I have really liked this one. We did have a couple other ones that we purchased and tried to give her, and she spit them out and hated them immediately. So I'm not recommending those ones. All right, so for bath time, all 3 of my kids, including this baby, had some pretty decent baby acne when they were born. And it's just, their skin gets so dry after they're born, and it can be really irritating for them on top of their skin getting used to being out and about in the new world. I purchased this and it has been fantastic so far. It's got chickweed and chamomile infusion in sunflower oil, some castor oil, beeswax, cocoa butter, calendula. It's gluten-free and organic. It's called Era Organic Super Balm, Extra Soothing and Moisturizing. It is like a really thick balm, and so when I first got it and I opened it up, I was a little bit nervous, but it emulsifies once you start rubbing it into your hands or onto their skin really, really well. And this is literally the one that I've purchased since she was a newborn, and I'm not even done with it. Like this little thing goes a long way. So I've really loved this from when they come out of the tub. Speaking of tubs, I've had all sorts of tubs with the other kiddos. I've tried like bath sinks. I had the really giant tub and the one that comes with the sling on the top, all the things. My girlfriend gifted this to me this time around, and it sits like this, and it has a really gentle slope. I'm sure you guys have seen these everywhere. This is new to me, this baby, because the last time I had a baby was 6.5 years ago. So I love the holes in it so that they can still feel the water behind them as well, and it drains out really nicely. You don't have to tip it. Like anybody that had the old school giant rectangle tubs that sat in your bathtub know that those were such a pain in the butt. This is really nice, and I think it comes in other colors too if you're concerned about that, but loved that for a baby bath. So for nursing, I have good old-fashioned, this is not the Bumbo, the Boppy. I have the good old-fashioned Boppy. I don't recommend the Bumbo. The good old-fashioned Boppy, and then I also have the Snuggle Me organic one. This is one that I keep in the living room that I use, and I would nurse her on here while we did homeschool or just watching, whatever. I use it in the living room. This one's really, really nice. It is an interesting shape. I think this was tapered like this because it's meant to fit better when you have like arms, armrests, that sort of thing. I have to say the old-fashioned Boppy, this stays put on me better around my middle. It is not as like, it's not as flexible, is that the word that I'm thinking of? It's a little bit more firm, and it stays put around my midsection better than this one does. So we have both. This is one that I keep in the bedroom with me. I think that they both basically work just as well as the other one does. I don't have a preference, but I have used both and I do enjoy both. So I wanted to mention both of those. I also have the Snuggle Me organic like baby lounger. This has been really, really nice to use too. This is a cover. You can get lots of different colors for them for the cover. It's a really nice soft spot for them. I don't have a baby that enjoys napping. We have solidly been contact naps straight through literally the last almost 6 months. All of my kiddos have been carry me babies. Not all of my kiddos have loved to be laid down. For the most part, they all wanted to be rocked and carried and napping with mom or dad. Every once in a while, you do just need your hands free though. And so this worked a lot better when she was a newborn versus now. But every once in a while, I could get away with laying her down in this, and it's just, it's so cozy and it's so soft. This is something that I would supervise her in, to lay her down in, cooking dinner or doing homeschool or what have you. So if you're looking for a lounger pillow, I really like the Snuggle Me Organic. It's been great so far. Speaking about another like hands-free device, I invested in the Baby Bjorn one later than I should have. So I was gifted a Maxi Cozy one at first, and she just really despised it. It doesn't rock or bounce like at all. It rocks kind of like this, but it's very, very, very stiff. Even though it was really pretty and cute, I was happy to have something for those periods that I just needed to set her down just to do something safely sort of thing, but she didn't enjoy it by any means. My other kiddos have had other bouncers. This one has like the toy rack you can put on it over the top of it. It's just, we invested in this so late that we just didn't get the toy rack for it. But I have to say, I wish that I had gotten this one in the first place. It doesn't vibrate, it's not electric, it doesn't sing, it doesn't rock or anything like that on its own, but it does actually bounce. So like say I'm doing my skincare in the morning or brushing my teeth or using the bathroom for longer than 10 seconds. I can set her in this and put my foot on the bottom of it, and it actually bounces, and she's a little bit more content in this one than she was in the Maxi Cozy one. So I would definitely recommend this one versus another one. Okay, just a couple more things. So speaking about having hold me babies, these are my favorite newborn carriers. I have lots of carriers because I've always had baby that wants to be carried a lot, and I'd be happy to chat about my favorite structured carriers or other soft carriers like that if you guys are interested. This is the Baby Catan. So it's gonna kind of just look like a lump on screen, but I'll show a picture on here too. Basically, it kind of is like, it takes the place of those big long wraps, which are beautiful and cozy if you have the patience and you can get it down. I have friends who know how to do that and they can get it down in the same amount of time it takes me to put one of my kiddos in here, but it's like a big X. So it's already wrapped for you. And so you just place it over you and it's like an X. And then it's so soft and cozy, and if you feel like you need extra support, or I'm pretty sure using as directed, you're supposed to use this too. This kind of just goes around your, like the baby's midsection in the bottom, and you tie it around your back for a little bit more security. So I love this. It's so soft and really easy to use, and baby stays really nice and cozy on you. I also have a couple ring slings that I love as well from Wildbird. I didn't grab any out, but I can maybe show a picture of her in one on here too. I will link those down below. I loved those so much. And those are really great. My kiddo is approaching 18 pounds as an almost 6-month-old, and I still put her in the ring sling and she really, really loves it. Okay, onesies. You guys, the multi-way zippers are just the way to go. So you have like a zipper up here, and then you have a zipper from the bottom. These are great at night, so you don't have to get baby basically naked to change them in the middle of the night. You just zip up from the bottom and change their bottoms from here. And my other big suggestion is to definitely get a couple newborn sizes. I mean, a couple of the newborn sized onesies, but for the most part, buy 0 to 3, you guys, because unless you are pretty sure you're gonna have a smaller baby, your kiddo's gonna be in 0 to 3 for so much longer than they'll be in newborn. And I know it's hard when you see the little newborn outfits not to buy all the newborn outfits, and even for my third baby, and I had leftover clothes and so many newborn size things to use, I still saw new newborn things that I did buy and purchase, because sometimes you can't help yourself. But if it's something you're trying to be mindful about, only purchasing what you absolutely are going to use, then buy 0 to 3, because it's really going to last a really long time. If you can avoid the snaps and especially buttons, do that, because zippers are it's just the way to go. Okay, so I'm going to talk about monitor. This is the same monitor I've had since I had my second baby, and I love this. This is the Infant Optics monitor. This is just radio. It's not Wi-Fi. I don't need something to be Wi-Fi, and especially because I do use my phone during the day and or for school. So in the times that I have been able to set this kiddo down and she's sleeping on her own, I don't want to have to look at my phone and have it Wi-Fi. This is not Wi-Fi capable. This just uses radio. This is a really, really solid monitor. You can tell the temperature in the room that the camera is in. It's a two-way voice, so I can talk through this if I need to. I can hear baby. You can manage the volume on it. You can have it where the screen is off and you can just hear the audio. And I think the clarity is really good, and especially at night, I think the clarity is really good. There have been some other brands that have come out that are also not Wi-Fi, they're just radio, and they look really great also. I already had this one and I've used it, and so I didn't purchase another one. This one was working just fine. So I would recommend this for sure. This time around, I did invest in a rocker for my room that had a recline option on it. I have an old school wooden rocking chair that my mom passed down for me from when she was gifted it from my older brother, and it's still in my home. It's still being used. It's in another room, but I wanted something upholstered and something that will probably live in my room for a very long time. And so I will insert either a video of me in it and using it or a picture, definitely the link. This is a really nice rocker. It has a swivel back and forth, and it also has a motorized recline option, and it does have a USB charging port. So if you want to be able to use the electric part of it, like the motorized recline option and the USB, you do have to be close to a plug, so you got to be able to plug it in wherever you decide to put it. It comes in some really nice neutral colors. When I'm sitting in it, I think it fits just fine. And I'm 5'7" and my husband is 6 foot. So I did want to get something that was going to fit me and not feel like my knees didn't have any support, like half my leg was hanging off the chair. So if I'm sitting, it's really nice. I do have to say, when I recline, it hits me about mid calf. So the bottom part of my feet does hang off. If you're shorter than me, that probably won't be an issue. If you're the same height or even taller than me, it might not be an issue, because I mentioned it to my husband when I first realized that that was a problem. And he's not bothered by that, and he has longer legs than I do, and he falls asleep in it all the time. The main thing that I searched for first before I searched for next, like how cute something was or how useful it would be, is this has really low VOCs and they do not use any fire retardant chemicals and on this rocker. So that was something that was important to me. Also, our car seat, I use the Nuna Rava. I'm pretty sure that the model is the Rava. It's the convertible one. I do not use the bucket car seats only because they only last so long for my kiddos. So my son used one until he was about 6.5 months old, and then we needed to get a convertible car seat anyway. And so I just didn't want to deal with that with baby 2, and especially with baby 3, with buying the bucket car seat that you carry around with the handle. I just got a convertible car seat right off the bat, face it backwards, and put the newborn insert into it. And then if we're going into a store or an office or walking around or what have you, baby either goes in a carrier or goes in the stroller. And if I'm just going from the car into my home, I'm just holding the baby. And so in the carrier or in my hands or what have you. I just find the carrier car seat cumbersome and double expensive for having to purchase something that is going to have to be a convertible option really quickly anyway. They are also low VOC and they don't use flame retardant chemicals in the fabric, and the cover's removable, and it rates really highly for safety as well as far as the structure of it. And this time around, we actually invested in a nice stroller. It is the most expensive stroller we've ever purchased. It's not like the Uppa, as far as like the Uppa set is. We went with the Mockingbird stroller, and I mentioned that I was 5'7", my husband's 6 foot. One of my big issues with strollers in the past when I borrowed them or we purchased something that was less expensive, I felt like I was leaning over all the time to push the baby. Like my back was somewhat hunched and it drove me nuts. I wanted to just be able to stand up and walk leisurely without having to lean over and push it. And so this is really, really nice for people who are on the taller side, and the handle is adjustable anyway. I will insert a picture of the one that we have. I did not buy the bassinet option for it, though you can. I liked that this one was, you could face forward, you could face back, you could tip it up, you could lay it down. It has a nice canopy over the top, and pushing it is very smooth. Like I said, the handles go up high enough for me that I feel comfortable pushing it, and it has a big like surprisingly large storage. I already thought that it looked like a decent size storage, like caddy thing underneath, but the amount of things I could actually put in there, I was shocked. When we went to the zoo one time, I was like, we literally can carry, I don't have to carry or wear anything. There's a lot of accessories that come with it that you can put along the handlebar for, say, like a drink carrier, or the kiddos can have a snack situation, or for like your phone or your wallet right up there along where the handlebar is. So it was a splurge for us because we've never invested in like a big decent stroller before. I will say it is heavy, and so getting it in and out of the car by yourself is a pain in the butt to me. Though it folds up easy and nicely, it's just we have a Super Forester and it takes up the entire back of my Super Forester. So I'm not going to be able to put my stroller and then all of my groceries in the back of my car. Let me just say that. But if you do still want something big, I highly recommend that one. I am pretty sure that these are all the things I can think of that really made life super easy on us, and that I would purchase again if I needed to, say if we had another baby, or if I had donated these things and they weren't in my home anymore, or things that I think I would suggest to a new mom who's just not sure what to invest in and what not to invest in. These are the things that I really loved and were helpful for me. If you guys had other things that you just would not be able to live without using if you guys had another baby or now with your babies, go ahead and leave those in the comments down below so we can help some other mamas out who are shopping around. If I mentioned some things that we don't find useful or we did not like, something that was a must-have for you, I think that's okay, that you guys really needed it and you guys really liked it. I'm not trying to hardcore knock on anything in this video because everyone's lifestyle is different. And so certain things that are going to be important and like must-haves for someone else aren't always going to be the same thing for other families. So it's okay if you guys really liked something that I didn't need. Also, I know not everyone loves using like big stores like Amazon all the time. I do want to just say, if you're going to make a registry, I can't remember the exact amount of time. I'm pretty sure it's anywhere from 60 to 90 days post the date of your registry. If you still have items registered on there, you do get a discount through Amazon. And we really use that because we didn't realize everything that we wanted right off the bat, even though it was baby 3 and I had watched lots of these videos myself through all of my pregnancies. There were still things that we put on our registry and then we got that discount for up to a month or a couple months after the registry date was finished. So I do want to just lay that out there. I know there's other places that have really great like postpartum registry, like some pros that come to those different, that come with those different stores. Most of the stuff that we purchased was from Amazon. And so I'm not sure, we didn't make a registry through anything else. So if you found one that has some really cool things, that perks that come with it, go ahead and leave those down below too. And that's gonna be it, guys. Thanks so much for joining me in this video, and I will see you next time.